change the background. I realized it's like black now.
Oh no, it let me go on dark mode instead of I don't like that white.
Let's see. Testing.
Oh yeah.
Testing. Sounds good. All right, Shalom Israel. Shalom Yabashim Yashab Rakathum to the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shamar Thub Hashem Yahweh Shai to the sisters. We at the Isupk Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Hana, and we are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. We teach that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's chosen people. We are the true biblical Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and that Esau, or as you know him today as the white man or the European, is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
So, as you already know, if you don't already know, today is Saturday. Today is what? Saturday service. All right, this is a day that was made for actually us, right, for those of y'all who don't know. And we're going to be reading out of the book of Genesis, chapter 24, verse 46, to Genesis chapter 25, verse 29. 25. All right. 25? 25. This one? 25. Yeah. All right. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. As you already know, or for any newcomers, we read the verses in the Hebrew, 7 verses in the Hebrew. We read actually 49 verses now. Priest and Officer Alatazar will be reading in the Hebrew, and then we'll give the breakdown in the English. That being said, you got anything, Alatazar?
Line one.
All right. That being said, Amijim, which means to stand or rise, just me and the brother up here. Sorry, face me. Sorry.
Last Shala, which means 2 or 4 Israel.
Sorry, face me. Sorry.
Imagine, Apayan HaKodam, which means to rise and face the east. We'll be doing the prayers in the Hebrew and then the English. All right. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Kodash, Ayah, Shokah, Yahweh, Wafka, Kaba'ah, Watazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Watazah, Kawa, Ayah, Ashmai. The double now. Call. You want me? Wasalakna, Wafna, Asalakna, Wafna, Wala'a, Abiyanawa, when the say one, about, Abshayna, Ayah, Right, Kaya, the cook, Amalakwa, Wa'al, Watapa, I will love you, Aman.
This is the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh. Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Will be done.
Will be done.
in earth as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
And
Give us our debts.
give us our debts.
As we forgive our
As we
debts.
forgive our debtors.
And lead us
Lead
not
us not
into temptation,
temptation,
but deliver us.
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
Thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Amen.
Amen. This is Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Babu Kushak, the thunder now, Hakak, Kamak Allah, Kamalawa, Hakak, that's a heart, Hamat is a right, Hakak, Hakoya, Makim, Hakak, Awa, Asma Allah, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, water, Amen.
Hakak is the power in English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua,
Please give us the power.
give us the power.
Power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of
All
sickness.
manner of sickness.
All manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the leper.
Power to cleanse the leper.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean
Power
spirits.
against unclean spirits.
Cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name
In the name
of
of
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahushua. Barak Lanah.
Barak Lanah.
Bayashala.
Yahshua.
Bayah.
Yahshua.
Barak.
Barak.
Ba'ashem. Yahushua. The water. Amen.
Amen. What we just said was, Lord, in the name of
In
Yahushua.
the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And
And Israel.
school.
In the school.
In the name
In the name
of
of
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Thank you.
So be it. Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Adenya, all, Ahoyim, Mayan, Yabaa, Azoya, Ma'ain, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Baratzah, Ayatan, Lamawat, Wagarka, Ayalawam, Shamarka, Lanah, Na'ah, Yalawam, Bala'ah, Yashun, Shalmor, Yashalu, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazarka, Ayad, Yayaka, Yawamam, Ashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Layala, Yahweh, Yashmarka, Makal, Rad, Yashamar, Afapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Afla, Wawaka, Michael, I will love.
Now in English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hill.
From whence cometh my
From
help?
which cometh my help?
From the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord,
Which made heaven
and earth.
and earth. Even ourselves that
Even
foot
thyself not foot to be moved.
He that keepeth
He that keepeth thee
not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he that keepeth Israel
shall not
will not slumber,
nor sleep.
nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy
The
keeper.
Lord is thy
The
shade.
Lord is thy shade
Upon thy right hand.
upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite
The
thee by
sun
day,
shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by
nor
night.
the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve
The
thee
Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy
He shall
soul.
preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy
The
going
Lord shall
out
preserve thy going out
and thy coming
and
in.
thy coming in
This time
from
forth
this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Adam Yalaka. All Taka Arash. All Taka Kwat. All Kayahana. Awayabika. Yahamayawan. Yuraash. Awaim. Yawayamu. Sawadas. Wata. Yatazawa. All Tazawanyika. Amaro. Lakawa. Walakaki. Goya. Wala'a. Yazakar. Shemyashala. Awda. Kaya. Nawatazawa. Waba. Yakagwa. Kayaka. Waryak. Yakarakwa. Ahoya. Alawam. Wa. Yashamash. Alayam. Awab. Wagaryam. Wabal. Wabawan. Wamalak. Alashak. I'm the Shah. Tazu. Gamashu. Nalawa. Aman. Ayawa. Lagawa. Banya. Lawat. Salah. Aisha. Laham. Kamagi. Kasaya. Sarah. Yagula. Malakal. For Yashua. Shamawa. Ayan. Dara. Ayawa. Laman. Ladama. Shatamwa. Nada. Yamawa. Kaira. Kazab. Kazabak. Kazamana. Call us Yakamwa. Shaw. Amara. Nairasha. Lalawa. Nawa. Alahayam. Alahayam. Shatamwa. Gagu. Kwash. Panya. Asha. Ira. Wa. Kalaba. Kalahat. Aryam. Kun. Naradama. Masairu. Wamsa. Wapaku. Nahalam. Mala. Panyaham. Palawan. Waya. Wakwash. Shaka. Yahweh. Yabashwa. Waya. Bahal. Ayah. Waya. Kapar. Waya. Abagwa. Waya. Yahweh. Kaya. Ata. Shemka. Yahweh. The Bible. Al-One. Al-Kal. Al-Batisa.
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not that peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
Be not still.
O God.
O God.
For lo.
Thine
Thine
enemies
told
make a tumult.
And they hate
And they hate
have
thee.
lifted up the
Have
head.
lifted up the
They
head.
have taken crafty
They
counsel
have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted
Against thy hidden
They
ones.
have said,
They have said,
Come,
come,
and let's cut them
and
off.
let's cut them off.
Being a nation,
Being a nation.
the name of Israel,
His name Israel.
be no more
Maybe
remembrance.
no more in remembrance.
They have consulted
They
together.
have consulted together.
One
With
consent.
one
They
consent.
have confederate
They
against
have confederate against thee.
Tabernacles of
The
Edom,
tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites,
and Ishmaelites.
Moab,
Moab
Hagarenes,
and Hagarenes.
Baal,
The Baal
and
and Ammon
and Amalek,
and Amalek.
the Philistines,
The Philistines.
with the inhabitants
With
of
the
Tyre.
inhabitants of Tyre.
So also was joined with
So
them.
also joined with them.
They have hope in the
They
children
have
of
opened
God.
the children of Lot.
Salah, who unto them,
Do unto them
as to the meeting,
as to the meeting.
as to Sarah,
As to Sisera.
as to Jabez,
As to
the
Jabez.
book of
The
Psalm,
book of the Son.
which perish at the
Which
Lord.
perished at the north.
It came down for the
The
earth.
king's done for the earth.
Everything was like a red.
Everything was like a ram.
Like Zee.
Like Zaid.
Yea, all the princes,
All the princes.
as a body,
As a body.
and as a
And as a
woman,
munya.
who
Who
said,
said,
let's take the
Let's take
ourselves,
ourselves.
house of God,
House of God.
in
In
possession.
possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God.
make them like a
Make them
wind,
like a wheel.
as simple
And
for the wind,
simple before the wind.
as fire burnt the
As
wood,
fire burns the wood.
That's like it. And as a flame set the
And as
mountains
the
on
flame
fire.
set the mountain on fire.
So persecute
So
them
persecute them
with thy
with
tempest,
thy tempest.
make them
Make
afraid,
them afraid
with thy
with thy storm.
fill the face with
Fill their
shame,
faces with shame.
that they may seek
That
thy
they may
name,
seek thy name.
O
O
Lord,
Lord.
let them be confounded,
Let them be confounded
and troubled
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea.
let them be confounded.
Let them be-
It's like it. Let them be put to
Let
shame
them put to shame
and perish,
and purge.
that men may
That
know
men may know
that thou,
that thou,
His name
whose
alone,
name alone,
is
is
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
the Most
are the
High,
Most High
of all
over
earth.
all the earth. These are the blessings in the Hebrew. Barak atah Yahweh.
Barak atah
Why
Yahweh,
Yahweh Shah?
Yahweh Shah,
Why Ma'aka Allah?
Allah,
Elohim.
Allah,
Taji Al Yah.
but it's Abiyah,
Alawab Yahana.
Alwap Yahweh,
Alawab Yah.
Alwap,
Asaranya.
Asaranya,
Hakwatis on Yonya.
Akwat is a
Hasa
Yosef,
Yonya.
Haka Yosef,
Waha Akhwat.
Wah,
Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shah. Do Wada. Amen.
Amen. Now in English, bless you, Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh.
and Yahweh,
And Yahweh Shah.
and Mike,
And Mike.
and the angels,
And angels.
commanding
The
general,
manager, Yahana.
the general,
The generals.
captains,
The captains.
the
The
officers,
officers. The troopers.
and the sisters,
And the sisters.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
and Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
You may be seated. All right, for anybody who's just now tuning in, we're going to be reading out of the book of Genesis, chapter 24, verse 46. We're going to go all the way to Genesis chapter 25, verse 20. Is it 25? 25. Priest and Officer Alatazar is going to be reading in the Hebrew, and then we will give the breakdown in the English. So, let's see a couple people up in here. Let's see, we got Daughter of the King, Shalom on Crisis, Priest and Officer Kodashi Allah, Shalom on Crisis, Sister Bathar Awana, and we got Sister Deandra from, I believe, from Vegas. Most High in Christ. Good to see y'all. We appreciate the participation and the consistency. If I could, real quick, before we begin the class, it's good that y'all are consistent, right? Because what does the Bible tell you? Endurance or what? The end. It don't matter if you've been in this school for a year, 2 years, 15 years, 30 years. Right. It don't matter, right? You are here until the end. We have to see this all the way through. Because I'm telling you, I repeat, do not be that person. Right. You're in the school for, say it was school for 10 years, right?
Right.
Christ come back. Like, let's say you get out of the school because I don't know, you feel some type about something. Christ comes back the very next day.
Crazy.
Guess what? You was out the school.
Right.
You feel me? Like, you was already out of school. You gave up. You turned your back on your brothers, your sisters, your nation, and Christ, and the Most High.
Right.
That's all it takes right there. So don't be that person. All right? Stay consistent. That's all I got.
With that, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 24, verses 46 through 52 in the Hebrew. Wata Mahar, Wata Warad, Kadah, Ma'alayam, Wata Amar, Shata, Wagam, Gamalayak, Ashakwa, Wa'ashath, Wagam, Agam Layam, Hashakota, Wa'ashal, Ata wa Amar Bata Maya At Wata Amar Bata Bata Wa'al Bun Nasa War Ashar Yalada Yatlawa Malachi wa Asham Hana Za'am Al Apa Waha Tazam Yada Yum Al Yada Ya Wa Akwad Wa Shak Ka'awa La Yahawa Wa Abarak Al Yahawa Alahayam Ushar Hana Ka'anya Badarak Amath Luqwa Ka'at Bad Akayab Adanya Labanya Wa'ita Ama Yashakam Ashayam Ka'asad Wa'amat Adanya I Gatadawa Laya La'am Hagayadawa Laya Wa'a Pana Al Yamayam Awa Al Shama'al verse 50 Wa'ya'ain Laban Wabataf Wa'al Wa'ya Amara Mayahawa Yataza'a Hadabar La'a Nawakal Dabar Aliyat Ra'ai Aywa Tawa verse 51 Hana Rabakwa Lapunyak Kwaka'a Walak Wataya Asha Laban Aidanyak Ka'ashar Dabar Yahawa Wayahaya Ka'ashar Shama'ai Aibad Abraham the Bar Yahum Wayashat Ka'ar Arataza'a Laya Hawa. Yes.
That's it?
That's it.
All right. Most High in Christ. So Genesis chapter 24, verse 46.
Look at Genesis chapter 24, verse 46. And she made haste and let down her pitcher from her shoulder and said, drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. So I drank, and she made the camels drink also. And I asked her and said, whose daughter art thou? And she said, the daughter of Bethuel, Nahor's son, whom Milcah bare unto him. And I put the earring upon her face and the bracelets upon her hand.
All right, if I could real quick, right?
Yes,
Who is this talking about? Let me see if y'all paying attention. This is one of the moments, get in your Bibles, right? If you got to go up a couple of verses or a verse or two, hint, hint.
Right.
You can find the answer, right? Who is this talking about right here?
Just a continuation from last class.
Rebecca, Most High in Christ. Talking about Rebecca. I just want to make sure y'all following along, paying attention.
Verse 48, and I bowed down my head and worshiped the Lord and blessed the Lord God of my master Abraham, which had led me in the right way to take my master's brother's daughter unto his son. And now, if ye will deal kindly and truly with my master, tell me, and if not, tell me, that I may turn to the right hand or to the left. Then Laban and Bethuel answered and said, the thing proceeded from the Lord. We cannot speak unto thee bad or good. Behold, Rebekah is before thee. Take her and go, and let her be thy master's son's wife, as the Lord hath spoken. And it came to pass that when Abraham's servants heard their words, he worshipped the Lord, bowing himself to the earth. This is the book of Genesis chapter 24, verses 53 through 59. Wayawa, Taza'a, Ha'ibad, Kauya, Kasap, Wakaya, Taha, Wabagadayan, Wayatan, Larabak, Wa'a, Wamagadana, Lantan, La'acha'aya, Wala Ama, Waya Akawa, Waya Shatwa, Hawa'a, Waha, Anashayam, Ashar, Imawa, Wayal, Yanawa, Waya, Kwawamawa, Babakwar, Waya Amar, Shala Ka'anya, La Adanya, Waya Amar, Acha'aya, Wahama, Dasha, Hana Aitanwa, Yamayam, Awa, Aishawar, Akar, Talak, Waya Amar, Alaham, all the Aka'ara, Salaki, all the Ka'ar wa Atya, Waya Hawa, Ha Tazal, Lakha, the Rakya, Shah, Laka'awanya, Wa'alaka, La'adanya, Waya Amara, Nakara'a, Linara, Wana Sha'al, Atpaya, verse 58, Wakara'a, Wakara'a, Rakwarawa, Larab Kwa'a, Waya Amara,
Al Ya, Hatalak Ya, Ain Ha'ayash, Hazahar, Wata Amar Alak, verse 59, Wayashal Ka'awa, At Rabakwa, Aka Atam, Wa'at, Manakhota, Wa'at, Ibad, Abraham, Wa'at, Anash Yawa. 53. Book of Genesis, chapter 53 through 59. And the servant brought forth jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment and gave them to Rebekah. He gave also to her brother and to her mother precious things. And they did eat and drink, he and the men that were with him, and tarried all night. And they rose up in the morning, and he said, send me away unto my master. And her brother and her mother said, let the damsel abide with us a few days, at the least 10. After that she shall go. And he said unto them, hinder me not, seeing the Lord has prospered my way. Send me away that I may go to my master. And they said, we will call the damsel and inquire at her mouth. And they called Rebekah and said unto her, wilt thou go with this man? And she said, I will go. And they sent away Rebekah, the sister, and her nurse, and Abraham's servant, and his men. All right. Look at Genesis chapter 24, verse 60 through 66. Waya Barakwa, Ak Rabakwa, Waya Amarwa, La'a, Akatanwa, Ada, Hayaya, La'a, Waya Rababa, Waya Yerusha, Zara'ika, Ak, Shara'ira, Shana Watakwam, Rabakwa, Wanai, Rabya, Watar, Kabana, Al, Hamagam Layum, Wata Lakna, I Ka'aryum, Ha'ayash, Waya, Kwaka'a, Ha'abad, A, Rabakwa, Wayalak, Wayatazak, Ka'akwa, Ba'a, Mabuwa'a, Ba'ar, Laka'ayum, Ra'ataza, Wahasha, Ba'aratazah, Hanaga, Wayataza'a, Yataza, Ka'akwa, Lashawaka'a, Bashada, La Punwata, Irab, Wayasha'a, Ayanyawa, Wayara'a, Wahana, Gamalayum, Gamalayum, Ba'ayum, excuse me, Watasha'a, Rabakwaka'a, Ayanya, Watara'a, Yataza, Ka'akwa, Watapal, Ma'al, Hagamal, Wata Amar, Al, Ha'ai Badab, Mayub, Ha'ayash, Halazar, Ahalak, Bashda, Lahakwar, Atanwa, Waya Amar, Ha'abad, Hawa'a, Idanyum, Wata, Kwaka'a, Hatazai Yap, Wath, the Ka'asa, Waya Sapar, Ha'ibad, Lahataza, Ka'akwa, Atkal, Hadabarium, Ashar, Aisha. The book of Genesis, chapter 24, verse 60. And they blessed Rebekah and said unto her, thou art our sister. Be thou the mother of thousands of millions, and let thy seed possess the gate of those which hate them. And Rebekah arose and her damsels, and they rode upon the camels and followed the man. And the servant took Rebekah and went his way. Verse 62. And Isaac came from the way of the well, Lahairoi, thank you. For he dwelt in the south country. And Isaac went out to meditate in the field at the eventide. And he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel. For she had said unto the servant, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, it is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all things that he had done. I know we're not breaking them down yet, but this is going through what is happening from the servant being told to go pick up a wife. All these things are being done to get from Rebekah to Isaac, to get you to understand how we started as a nation. So all this is happening, and you're wondering, like, what's going on? This is a servant doing what he is told to do. And in being told what to do, he's doing it correctly. So he knows what he's doing. He's going to get blessed by the Lord. Everything that he is told to do, he is told to do it. He is told to do it. That's where you out him in Hebrew Academy. Obey the order. The order was told for him to go down here, go get this drink go to this well, ask his sister to fetch him some drink. And he prayed, like, well, if she fetches me drink and she says, get this camel some drink too, then this is the one right here. Guess what? All that happened. Because why? The solution is always in the order.
If I could, real quick, right? I want you to understand this is for everybody, not just sisters, not just brothers, for everybody, right? What this servant, like you said, right? What this servant is doing is they are paying attention to details, right? They're doing exactly what they were told. And there's a reason for all this. We gonna get into a little bit of it later on. You know, we'll get more into it probably by next week, right? But there's a reason why things are happening the way that they're happening. And the reason why I'm saying this is First Corinthians, I think it's first. Can I get 1 Corinthians 11:3? I believe it's that. 1 Corinthians 11:3. Pretty sure it's that.
Yeah, that hit every man.
Yep, there you go.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man.
Could you read that one more time?
That the head of every man is Christ,
right,
and the head of the woman is the man.
Keep going.
And the head of Christ is God.
That's it on that?
That's it on that.
So what we're reading is a chain of command. Now, we go over this a lot, right? We talk about authority, rank and order. I'm pretty sure y'all heard that a few times, right? Rank and order, right? There's a reason for that, right? It's structure, right? Everybody, I think we covered this maybe not last class, but the class before that. Everybody has to listen to somebody.
Right.
All right. So with that being said, you need to take that into accountability because do not be that person that you feel like you don't need to listen to anybody.
Right.
Don't be that brother that feels like you think you got all the answers, right? You think that you got all the answers and you think you got everything figured out and somebody above you told you to do something. And you want something, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. I don't gotta listen to this nigga.
Right.
Like brothers be like that.
Right.
You will listen to a white man before you listen to your own Aki.
Right.
That's sad, right? That is what I like to call internalized racism.
Yes.
Salakia. I want to say that because it's funny since we're going over the topic right now, right? I saw it was some podcast and the brother he was breaking it down pretty well. He was saying that physical slavery ended, right? Me and the brother right here, we are not physically in chains or nothing. Now we really free. We know that, you know, because we in school, we follow the Most High. You understand? But there's a lot of brothers who look like me and this brother right here. They go to work, got a family, got kids, got a rib. I got a couple ribs. I don't know. You know, he might not physically be in chains. A lot of you sisters are not physically in chains, right? Here's the problem, though. That internalized racism, it carries on.
Right.
Because we talked about this actually like a few times, I think like a couple months ago. A lot of times when, you know, our brothers roast each other, y'all say things, and it dawned on me as I got older. You make fun of each other's looks, skin complexion, hair texture. And you got to think as you get older, like, is that really acceptable? Where did that come from?
Where did that come from?
Why am I going to sit here and tell this brother, oh, you got nappy ass hair? I got nappy ass hair. What's wrong with that? Oh, you dark as hell. I'm dark. like why is that negative? Now, we might think of it lighthearted, right?
Right.
You know, hey, look, it's right, brothers and sisters. Y'all, look, y'all, everybody does it. All of Israel does it. Y'all make fun of each other for being, if you a Mexican born in Mexico versus a Mexican that's born in the United States.
Right.
Mexican American, so to speak. I've heard Mexicans call other Mexicans, I don't know if I can say this on camera, but you know what slur I'm talking about.
Yes.
That's what it be.
Yeah.
I'm going to just leave it at that. All right. You got to think, where does that come from? Why do we say these things? It trickles down from your great granddaddy and grandmama's slave master. Right? That mentality trickles down. And now here we are, 2024, and there are a lot of brothers and sisters. You have no problem listening to a white man. You walk down the street, a white man bump into you by accident. Oh, excuse me, sir. Oh, sorry about that.
Right.
Don't let another brother bump into you. You ready to fight him.
Right.
You ready to shoot him, right? Where did you learn that from? That's internalized racism. You don't want to be like that, right? And this trickles down to pretty much what I'm trying to get to is a lot of you brothers, you have a hard time listening to orders.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Really ask yourself why. Your boss at your job tells you what to do, what to wear, what time to be at work, what time to leave. He might ask you to come in for overtime. Your ass gonna be in there for overtime. Why? But let a brother say, hey, Slocky, can you cover this class for me real quick?
Could you take out the trash?
Could you take out the... Look, I'm saying that for a reason. Could you take out the trash? Hey, could you pick this up on the long way real quick? Hey, could you get this bread real quick?
Why?
I got a whole class today.
Why?
Why I gotta do all that? Like you understand what I'm getting at, right? I hope y'all understand. Don't be like that. First of all, if you choose to be like that, you're really following your daddy.
Right.
And by daddy, I mean Esau.
Right.
That's who you're following. But really the point I'm trying to get to is everybody has to listen to somebody. There is a ranking order all throughout the Bible. There's a reason why we refer to the Most High as the Most High, because he's the Most High. There is no one above him. This is the Most High. This is Christ. Then you got man. Then you got woman. I know it doesn't say it right there, but then you got child, right? And it's made that way for a reason. Why? Because it works.
Right.
So for Akim and Aquathian out there, right? You might be told to do something. You might not like it.
Right.
Why I gotta do it like this? There's a reason why. There's a spirit behind it. Why I gotta listen to my man? Why can't I just get? Because there's a reason behind it. There's a reason why your man tell you don't go outside with your cleavage hanging out.
Right.
Because he knows that there's other men out there who don't give a damn and they'll try you.
Right.
There's other men out there who really don't care and they'll try to SA you because of the way you look. They think that you're easy. Now, some sisters might think like, oh, well, I should be free to wear what I want to wear. And da-da-da. Hey, look, in a make-believe world, yeah, maybe that'd be okay. Guess what? This is reality. For the brothers out there, there's a reason why you're told to conduct yourself a certain way. There's a reason why you're told to speak like this, walk like this, talk like this, because it works. Everybody has to abide by an order. Christ has to abide by orders. Remember, Christ had a moment. This might shock some of y'all. Christ, Yahushua, had a moment of weakness. He completed his order, don't get me wrong. Christ knew what he had to do. He knew that he had to die. You think Christ wanted to do that?
That's crazy.
Remember, he looked up and was like, is there anything else that I could do? You didn't want to know what it was, crickets. Like, that's crazy. You like, damn, I really got to do it, huh? All right. Hey, but guess what? He completed his order.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So if Yahushua has to complete orders, Akim, you can complete orders.
Right.
Sisters, you can complete orders. You understand? It's made like that for a reason. That's all I got. It's like, you got anything?
Kodash put in a great precept. The book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 17. Obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy, right, and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. A lot of you, and I want to touch on even the women aspect, because the sister DeAndre put in, I like how Rebecca was kind and helpful. If she was mean, she wouldn't have been chosen. You see? Yeah, a lot of you sisters, yeah, you look good, but you mean as hell. Like, you mean. Like, you're a mean person. Like, why are you so mean? Why do you have an attitude every time somebody says something to you? Why do you roll your eyes? Why do you smack your lips? Going back, if your boss asks you to stay an extra hour, you're going to stay an extra hour. If your man tells you to wash the dishes, you're going to back talk all damn day. And those dishes will not be washed. Mm-hmm. You don't understand what a man does for you. You don't. You really don't. You don't understand how a man thinks about you and how he will really sacrifice everything he had. I don't buy myself nothing because it's nothing for me to buy. But guess what? I'm gonna make sure the car runs. I'm gonna make sure we have. Yeah, go cook because I'm gonna go buy the food.
Right.
Trust me, get cleaned up because I'm definitely gonna pay the rent. This is what I do. This is what I do, and I actually care about you. Your boss does not care about you. I know I can't easily replace you because the thing that we built, it's hard for me to even get there with somebody else to even build it.
No, for real.
I cannot build that. You, on the other hand, you go to work, you're just a number. As soon as you get fired, guess what? They're already hiring people to replace you anyway. You're just a number. I learned that in the military. If you don't show up to work, somebody else is going to fill that position.
Oh, yeah, facts.
It's what it is. I hear the same thing in here. Don't leave. That's what you want to leave. Guess what? We'll have somebody else fill your position too. The Lord will have somebody to fill your position. Don't worry, you don't have to teach your class. Another brother teach your class. Don't worry, you ain't got to show up. Another brother will show up in your stead. He'll raise someone better than you.
Yep.
This is what you guys don't understand. Obey them that have rule over you. Because that person who has rule over you is serving you. They care about you. They care about your well-being. They put their life on the line for you. This is not how you think servitude is in Esau's world. That's what Christ was saying. I forgot what he told me. He was like, but don't serve like the Pharisees did, because the way the Pharisees want you to serve people and to be over people, they want to get all the rewards. They want to get all the things, all the credit. We know in here, if I'm over you, my job is to serve you. My job is to pick up your phone call whenever you call. My job is to make sure you do have your boots. My job is to make sure you do have good clothes. My job is to make sure your rent is paid. That's my job. My job is to look out for you more than I look out for myself. And guess what? The man over me, he's going to look out for me. The man over him is going to look out for him. The man over him is going to look out for him. Eventually, you have a long line of what? Rank, order, and structure. I shouldn't have to worry about if my kids going to eat. Why? Because I put food on the table so my wife can do what? Cook for my children and her. I don't have to eat first. They're weaker than me. Let them eat. I'm going to get some food anyway. I'm going to get it anyway. I don't need nothing from you. That's my job. That's my job to serve you. Oh, he over me. He telling me what to do. Yeah, I'm telling you what to do because it's going to help us. Yeah, I'm telling you to go do this and go do that because it's going to help us. I don't have the time to do it. You go do it. And guess what? It'll be all peace. Now, if Israel looked at that on a big scale rather than just a household scale, then we understand why we're at where we're at and why we haven't got to where we need to get to. But that's your job. Your job is to learn these scriptures. Your job is to go out there and teach them what we know. We're serving them. Yeah, I am broke as hell, but I still got to catch a flight out here to go tell these people who are on crack that their God shows people, even though they don't want to hear it. That's my job. That's your job. I get it.
If I could, real quick, before we continue, I want to touch on something that you brought up. You said that the Lord will raise up another man or another woman in some cases, right, who's better than you. Y'all remember who King Saul is, right? We talk a lot about King David, right? Before King David was King David, he was David. He was David, he was a shepherd. You understand? At that time, there was a man by the name of King Saul. This brother right here, he was made within the Lord's anger because at this time period, sadly, Israel wanted to be like everybody else. And we weren't satisfied with the idea of like, we have a living God over us. All these other nations, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Amalekites, the Egyptians, Mizraim, all of them, they have kings, a man over them. We have the true living God above us. But, sadly, we want to be like everybody else. We worry about what's on everybody else's plate rather than what we got on our plate. So you want to know what the Lord did? All right, he gave us exactly what we wanted. He made a king, right? King Saul. Now, King Saul was a wicked king. Right. You understand? And he, put it into perspective for you, he was a king. Understand that. That brother had money. Right. He had all the riches. He had women. He had power, status, everything carnally that a man would want, right? But he did something He was told, just to give y'all a brief description for time's sake, he was told to slay all of the Amalekites. He did not do that. And there was a priest, and pretty much it was like, why do I still hear the sound of these Amalekites?
Right.
Why are they still alive? He did not do what he was told to do. Need I remind you, this was a king.
Right.
He was over people, over a nation. Didn't do what he was told to do. Then he tried to stop the priest. He ended up tearing a piece of his garment off.
Right.
That priest looked at him. For time's sake, I'll just give it to you like this. He told him, like, hey, look, the Lord won't raise a man better than you. Now, did it happen overnight?
That's
No.
crazy.
It didn't happen overnight. It wasn't like Lord's not a genie. He didn't like sprout something out the ground and was like, oh, I made another person.
Right.
No. Then came David. David was a shepherd who then became a soldier in Saul's army, actually. And Saul became very jealous of David.
Right.
Why? Because David, I forgot it was like he was a slayer of like thousands of thousands, hundreds of thousands.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah. So pretty much he slaughtered more people than Saul, right?
Right.
So he got a lot more recognition. David served under a man who hated him. This is the same man who tried to throw a javelin and tried to unalive this brother. You gotta understand something. Like it says that the javelin went into the wall. You know how hard you gotta throw
wall. These ain't them little plastic wall plaster that we have. This is a king's.
You know how
So this is a wall.
So Saul was kind of strong. You know how hard you gotta throw that? So he did that, right? So my point being is he hated David. Why? Because this was the man that was gonna be better than him. He was best friends with his son.
Jesse. What's it Jesse?
John. Right? And he was gonna be better than him. Matter of fact, he was best friends with his son. And fast forward a little bit, David had the opportunity to slay him. You wanna know what he did? He cut a piece of his garment off and was like, I could have killed you, but I didn't. He didn't do it. And you gotta understand, for somebody like Saul, you know how like infuriating that is. Like, this man really better than me. Long story short, Saul eventually passed.
Yep.
Then came King David.
Yep.
And he was way better than Saul. He had his mistakes, but he was way better than him. Why though? Because he followed orders. Dawada, which means my beloved or beloved. There's a reason why he has that name, because he was after the Lord's own heart at one point. He made his mistakes, but you know, that's how he earned it. He earned it because he followed orders. Now imagine if David didn't do none of that. Imagine if David was just as wicked as Saul.
Right.
There would be no King David.
There would not be a King David.
David would have died a long time ago. We wouldn't even be talking about him. He would not even be in this Bible. It'd probably be like a name. We read it real quick. Okay, he obviously didn't serve any type of role, so that's it, right? My point being is he followed orders. So if a soon-to-be king or even a king can follow orders, Akim, you can follow orders.
Right.
Let's be real. You've been following orders your whole life. You've just been following orders by somebody who is not of your nation. So if you can follow a white man, but you can't follow your own brother, you can't take orders from another Mexican, another so-called black man, another so-called Salvadorian man, Puerto Rican man, Jamaican man, whatever. Somebody who's of your tribe, you can't take orders. What does that say about you? That shows that you hate your people. Sisters, you don't want to take orders from your man? That just shows deep down you don't like your man.
That's it.
You know, it's funny. It's like a long time ago. Somebody broke it down in a way of like, person. Okay, but somebody pointed out something like a lot of women in the world, you won't submit to your man, but you know when you do submit to your man, when y'all in bed,
right?
You'll submit to your man when y'all in bed, and then go right back and talk smack about him after y'all done. It's I love you and all that when you handling your business. Then you go right back to hating him. For what? That just shows you don't like your man. You don't respect your man. So maybe you should check yourself. Because if kings can do it, you can do it. I ain't no king. Brother right here, he ain't king. We ain't kings. The priests ain't kings though.
Right.
But we can follow orders. That's all I got.
The book of Genesis chapter 24, verses 67. We're going to go to Genesis 25 and 5 in the Hebrew. Waya Amor, Yatazaka Akwa, Ha'a, Hala, Shara'a, Amar, Wayakaka, Rabaka, Ka'a, Wataya, Lawa, La'asha, Waya, Ahaba, Waya Naka'am, Yataza, Ka'akwa, Aka'arya, Amar, Genesis 25, verse 1, Wayasap, Abraham, Wayakoka, Asha, Washama, Kwata Wara'a, Watala, Lawa, Zamaran, Wa'ath, Ya Kwashan, Wa'ath, Madab, Wa'ath, Madayan, Wa'ath, Yashabakwa, Wa'ath, Shawaka'a, Waya, Kwashan, Yala, Ab, Shaba'a, Wa'ath, Dadan, Wabanya, Dadan, Hayawa, Asha, Waram, Walat, Washayam, Wala'a, Mayam, Wabanya, Madayan, Ayapa, Wa'apar, Wa'anat, Wa'abayadai, Wa'al, Ladaha, Paul, Allah, Banya, Quatara'a, Wayathan, verse 5, Wayathan, Abraham, Af, Kal, Ashar, Lawab, Laya, Tazah, Ka'akwa. Book of Genesis, chapter 24, verse 67. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. And he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. I don't want to have to beat a dead horse. Sex is marriage. You can't get around it. You can't get away from it. And you want to know why, especially women. Women have such a hard time believing that sex is marriage. Why? Because it exposes you. It exposes you for what you really are. That is why the scriptures are so important. That's why the scriptures are really a sword, a double-edged sword that cuts the soul and flesh asunder. You're not understanding that this is just a mirror. This is to help you. It has to hurt you. It has to make you feel what? Shame. You have to feel shame. You have to have a how the world say, a heart. You have to have a mind that feels bad when you do something. Aren't you tired of having sex with a man and then he walks out that door and then you at the edge of the bed crying? Aren't you tired of that because you know it meant nothing? Aren't you tired of it? You do not understand why sex is marriage because you've had so much sex in your life. You've had so much sex with so many individuals and it didn't work out. It just didn't work out. And you don't not, but let me tell you something. You do not believe that sex is marriage. You just don't want to believe sex is marriage because it just exposes you. It exposes you for what you are. What you truly are, your whore, sloppy. And that's okay. That's okay. You can stop being that. That is what being born again is. You can stop being what you are. You can stop having sex with a nigga who bought you a Jack and Coke in the club. You can stop that.
Right.
You do not have to have sex with him. And if you realize he doesn't want to talk to you because you don't want to have sex with him within 2-3 months, stop talking to him. It's okay. There's a lot of other men out here who does have virtue and patience to wait. They're in the school. There are a lot of you sisters who. That's why it's so hard to find a sister in the school. That's why it's so hard to get a woman in the school, because it takes a certain type of strength to understand what you are. There are things that I am disgusted of about myself that I have done in the past. I don't do it anymore. We have these conversations a lot of times about things. We're joking, but we're saying what we're saying. I'm not going to bring it out on camera because these are personal conversations that we have amongst brothers, amongst brethren, amongst Akim. We know there's a shameful feel, and we talk about those things, and guess what? We stop doing those things. You can too. You can too. I know you do not want to classify yourself as a whore. I know you don't. Guess what? You won't have to classify yourself as a whore if you stop what? Whoring. It's very simple. You believe what we're saying, you just don't want to believe it because it makes you feel bad. Guess what? that feeling that you feel, keep it, remember it, understand it, remember how it makes you feel. So the next time you have the urge or that demon gets into your mind to make you do those things that make you feel that way, guess what? You won't do it. Why? Because shame shall cover thee if you do.
You know what's funny? It's a lot of these, like, what do I call them? I gotta be easy with my words. Okay. I'm gonna say these OF models, right? You know, it's always like one of the moments, like, they know what they do, right? It's on the internet for everybody to see. And like, I will see like certain podcasts, I can't name them because there's like so many, but they'll ask them, do your parents know what you do?
Right.
And it's always no.
Why?
And then they ask, well, why? They tell them they don't want their parents to know. So my thing is always, okay, if you are so, because you know now the culture is like it's okay to be a hoe now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hoes get paid apparently. I seen something. It was like the NBA made, I think, $4.9 billion, like the NBA itself, right? And OnlyFans made $6.6 billion. And I'm just like, yo, like that industry is getting paid more in the NBA.
These guys are year-round the best shape ever.
Like, they train for that. They train their whole life to be the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, they work for that. Meanwhile, you know, so my point of bringing that up is like, one, that's crazy. 6.6 billion is crazy. But the point I'm trying to get to is like, they don't even take pride in what they really do. Like, I don't care who you are. Somewhere deep down inside, like, it does bother you with what you do. Right? Because if you were so prideful, you were so okay with what you do, you would have no problem telling your parents, the people that raised you, your mom, your dad, whoever, of what you do. Like, I don't have problems telling my parents, like, yeah, I'm a jet engine mechanic. It's a job. You know, like, it's a job. I don't feel no type saying that. You know what I'm saying? Or like, let's say you sell cars.
Right.
Of course, the car salesman. Cool. You know, okay, cool. You know, it's not shameful. But you gotta go to your parents and be like, yeah, I make OnlyFans content.
I busted wide open on the internet for strangers to see everything that I have, and they pay me.
And you know what's wild? Again, it's on the internet. Everybody can see you. There's people of all ages that can see, but not my parents. I don't want them. That lets you know that you are truly not okay with what you do. You're not. So you should, if you are not okay with what you do, you should probably stop. You should probably stop doing that.
How simple is that?
Like, it really is that simple. And like, don't do, for sisters out there, and I'm saying this for a reason because it's just too much going on. Do not fall into that mentality. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm gonna say it now. Do not fall into that mentality like it is okay. America likes to glorify sin. Do not be that person that tries to fall into that mentality. Esau don't care. Esau is the man of sin. He don't care what he do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be, I'm going to do what they do. No, because if you can't even look your own father, your own mother, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your aunt, your grandpappy, your grandma, your abuelita, all that stuff. You can't look them in the eye and tell them what you do, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. You understand? Also, this goes for both brothers and sisters. If you have a problem with sex as marriage, that says a lot about you, and I'm glad you brought that up. That does expose you. Akil. I feel like I still need to say this, right? Just because she got a big butt and a smile don't mean nothing. You understand? Nothing. Do not sit here and be that brother. Oh, slack it, sir. I ribbed her up. So guess what? Ain't nothing I can tell you now. Hey, that's a rib now. I mean, hey, all I can say is Lord be with you. I hope she is righteous, or at least she's willing to be faithful or something. But some brothers still need to be told, do not have sex with that woman. Yes, you can have multiple wives. Wives. What is a wife? What is a wife? That's a helpmeet. You know, woman and wife mean the same thing in the Bible? Right. Helpmeet. It's something like she's supposed to help you, not just have sex with you.
Right.
You understand that?
Supposed to help you.
Help you. Like, that woman is supposed to be like, there's a reason why we say, oh, that's my rib. What is a rib? Rib, that's a part of you.
Right.
It's a part of me. It's part of this brother right here. You understand? Like when we say that, that's an honorable thing. It's not just a nickname we come up with. That's a part of you. What happens when you lose your rib?
You don't stand up on nothing. Now you leaning. You don't get to stand up straight anymore.
Yeah,
You
lost the part of you. It's like, damn, right. It hurts.
Right.
You understand? You don't want to lose your rib. So don't be out here just having sex or whatever. Because guess what? That woman, look, she served something. It ain't you. You understand? She loyal to something. It ain't you. Don't be like that. Fight your urges, Akim. I understand Satan out there. Look, I'm going to be real with you. Satan has thrown so much stuff in front of all of us. Like, there's people who have been doing, I can only talk about so much. There's people that have been doing certain things since middle school.
Right.
That's crazy when you really think about it. Like, when you're at that age, it doesn't really dawn on you because, you're a child. You don't really know. As you get older, you're like, man, that girl was 13 years old doing that. And now it really dawns on you. You're like, whoa, like, that's not okay. Then you have a daughter.
And
now you like, wait a minute. I don't want my daughter doing that. Like, that's not okay. You understand? So the reason why we saying this, and I know we probably are being a dead horse, but we got to keep telling you this because there are still brothers that do this. There's still sisters that do this.
Right.
If you are trying to get with a woman and she has a problem, you tell her sex is marriage and she got a problem with it. If she's not willing to hear you out, walk away.
Right.
I promise you, walk away. Save yourself the heartache. I promise you. All right, and sisters, if you have a problem with sex is marriage, that says a lot about you. All right? Because like we said, you got to abide by that, but so do men too. Don't get with a man who's just willing to have sex with you and then I don't like her.
Throw you right away.
Because now you put us in a predicament. We can't tell you don't be with him.
Right.
We can't say that because you had sex with him. We're telling you this for a reason. We're telling you this because Lord allow you get with a man who honors that and he will stay with you. Y'all gonna fight and stuff. That's whatever. All right. You'll be all right. Stuff happens.
Right.
You want to be like Sarah and Abraham. They was 90-something years old. Yeah, they probably had a little squabbles, whatever. But now they get to laugh about it. Imagine, like, I don't know about you. I want to be 80 years old talking about, like, yeah, we used to, whatever. But it's just like, whatever. That's the person that grew old with you.
Right.
That's what you would want. So, like,
and if I may, I want to touch on the end part of 67. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. He was comforted. What comforted him? Being with his wife, his woman. You need that thing. I can't be out here checking somebody or getting checked all day. I can't be in counsel all day, getting yelled at up. It's another side of me I have to have. I can't be at work all day being stressed out. When I come to my woman, I'm looking for comfort. There's nothing wrong with your woman out there in the world stressing. You don't know what's going on out there because you going at work, she at work. It's a lot of things going on. She come home looking for what? Comfort. You can't be hard all day, Akim. You have to compartmentalize in this world. This is not our rest. It's always stressful. But there are times when you should be able to come home. Your home should be a peace. Yeah, out there is loud. Out there's sirens going on. There's war going on. There are problems going on. Your next door neighbor is going ham. Your downstairs neighbor is going ham. Your across the street neighbor is going ham. There's a shootout down the street. Somebody just got stabbed. They are fighting. This, that, and the third. The kids go to school. There are problems. You go to work. There's a problem. When we get in this house, though, it's peace. There's comfort here. You know how that comfort comes? Rank order structure. So like the book of Genesis chapter 25, verse 1. Then again, Abraham took a wife, and her name was Keturah, and she bare him Zimran, and Jokshan, and Medan, and Midian, and Ishbak, and Shua.
which part you mean?
In the two. Shua. In verse 3. And I know Yeshua. I don't know where that come from. I don't know what Hebrew you read.
It's that fake Hebrew.
Crazy. Verse 3. And Jokshan begat Sheba and Dedan. And the sons of Dedan were Asherim and Latashim and La'amin, and the sons of Midian. These were the Midianites come from. You throughout the Bible, you're gonna hear about the Midianites. In our prayers, don't we speak about the Midianites? This Midianites around. And the sons of Midian, Ephah and Epher and Hanak and Ibadah, Abida and Eldai, all these were the children of Keturah. So like it. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac. Verse 5, I'll read it again. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac. I'm going to read it again. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac. Matter of fact, let me go to the book of Genesis chapter 24, verse 35. Verse 34. And he said, I am Abraham's servant, and the Lord have blessed my master greatly, and he is become great, and he have given him flocks and herds and silver and gold and men servants and maid servants and camels and asses. Verse 36, and Sarah, my master's wife, bare a son to my master when she was old, and unto him have he given all that he had. The book of Genesis chapter 25, verse 5. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac. Show me where else anybody else got anything from Abraham. All that he had unto Isaac. What is counted into the all that he had? The promises. There was a promise that was given unto Abraham from the Lord. Guess who he passed that down unto? Not Ishmael, not the Midianites, not these other people, not to Hagar's son, not to Keturah's sons, but unto Isaac. Isaac got everything. Guess what? That's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for the promises. The promises are still there. We just got to go claim it. There's a signed contract. There's a signed contract, and the Lord is upholding his side of the contract, which he always do because the Lord is not a liar. He's just waiting on you to uphold your end of the bargain, of the deal. The promise is you get the kingdom of heaven forever. The promise is you rule this earth forever. The promise is you get to run with a iron fist forever. You, your sons, sons, your great-grandsons, you, your sons, your grandsons, your great-grandsons, you, your sons, your grandsons, your great-grandsons, daughters. You get to be beheld as the greatest thing on earth. You get, man, it said it was a time in Israel where the women were so precious, their feet didn't touch the ground. Niggas was carrying you on them little, you see it, on them little things where they had like a fork.
Oh, yeah. I think it was like Game of Thrones. I think I see it. It's like it's like a chair.
Yeah.
And they have like the poles coming out, and it's like one person on each part, and they kind of like lift you up.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Your feet don't even touch the. That's how gracious you were. You know why? Because you were so nice. You're so kind. You're so sweet. You're so delicate. You didn't roll your eyes every time somebody said something to you. You didn't smack your lip every time somebody said something to you. You didn't have an attitude every damn day for whatever reason. This ain't personal. I'm just saying what I've seen in the world today. Anyway, did I finish that? I did.
Yeah.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verses 6 through 12 in the Hebrew. Walabanya, Hapayal, Gashayam, Ashar, La Abraham, Nathan, Abraham, Matantab, Wayash, Lakaam, Ma'al, Yatazah, Ka'akwab, Banwab, Ba'aiwad, Nawab, Ka'azak, Badama, Al, Aratazak, Kodam, Wa'ala, Yamya, Shanya, Ka'ayaya, Abraham, Ashar, Aka'ayab, Ma'ath, Shana, Washab, Ayam, Shana, Waka Amash, Shanyam, Wayagawa'ai, Wayamath, Abraham, Bashayaba'ah, Salakia, Bashayabah, Tawabah, Zakwan, Washaba'ai, Waya Asap, all Amyawa, Wayakwa, Barwa, Athwa, Yatazaka Akwa, Waya Shama'al, Banyawa, all Ma'arath, Hamak Pala, all Shaddai, Iparan, Bun, Tazaka Ar, Haka Athwayab, Ashar, Al Panyab, Mama Ra'ab, Ashadai, Ashar, Kona, Abraham, Ma'ad, Manya, Ka'ad, Shema, Kobar, Abraham, Washarah, Ashak Yub, Waya Hayub, Akaarya, Mawat, Abraham, Wayabarak, Alahayim, Ak, Yatazak, Aqua, Manwa, Wayashah, Yatazak, Aqua, Ain Ba'ar, Lacha Ayub, Ra'ayub, verse 12, Wa'ala, Daladath, Yashma'al, Bun, Abraham, Ashar, Yaladah, Hagar, Hamad, Tazar, Rayah, Shapaka'ath, Shara, La Abraham. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verses 6 through 12 in the English. But unto the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts and sent them away from Isaac his son. Why? Why? Why would you send your other children away from the child that you know is really yours? Time sake, I'm just giving it to you. He don't want him influenced by them. Get away. Get away from my child. Get away from my. It's no different than you got this child. Let's say you got 2 or 3 children, right? One of them is just a knucklehead. He old enough. You got to get out of here. You got to go. You know why? Because you are a bad influence. With the things you do, I can't have you around my child. I don't want him to think that this is acceptable. I don't want you to think that this is acceptable. Opposed to the Lord keeping the rest of these Hamites around us and these heathens around us, for you to see that what they're doing is unacceptable because you see the things that happen to them, instead of you smart enough and realizing, hey, I shouldn't do what he do, because what he does brings death and destruction to him and to his nation. Instead of you saying that, you say, I'm going to do exactly what he does. Esau sells drugs, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to sell drugs. Esau unalives, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to unalive. You know why? Because they don't get punished for it. They don't get punished for it. You do. He can sell drugs and run the whole country. He can fund a war down in Nicaragua, and next thing you know, he becomes president. He can make laws and have justice systems based off him selling drugs. You understand me? His woman can be a lady of the night, and guess what? She'll be praised, and nothing will happen to her. Mm-hmm. You do it, you get AIDS. You understand that? You sell drugs, you go to prison. You get unalived. That's what happens to you. Why? Because the Lord have not dealt with no other nation besides Israel. You don't understand why you can't do what they do. Yeah, you see them do it and they benefit from it. When you do it, you always end up in a worse position. It's funny, they tell you to work hard. They never work hard. They stole all they did was unalive everybody and stole the place. Mm-hmm. You can't do what they do. You can't do that. The Lord keeps them around you for you to man up, to see if you're even worthy of the things he's promised to give you. He's going to give you the whole earth, the dew of heaven. Guess what? You don't even want it. You don't even want it. You want what everybody else got. Because in your mind, you think that has benefited them. Not knowing destruction comes swiftly to the wicked. It's coming. And guess what? Are you going to get caught up in it? Or are you going to get the blessings? It's like, what was that? Verse 7. And these are the days of the years of Abraham's life which he lived, 160 years. That is 75? 175? Three score 20.
103 score.
The score is 20, eh?
103 score 15. It's about, yeah.
Yep. About 175 years. Verse 8. Then Abraham gave up the ghost and died in a good old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people.
If I could,
yes,
right? That's a beautiful thing.
Come on.
Right? Like, put it like this. We're all going to pass at some point. Now, Lord, allow you to come back.
Right.
But the thing is, you don't want to, like, this is another reason why you don't want to be wicked. Like, the Lord wants you to live. How do you live? You live through the scriptures. You know, you follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Abraham was, again, he was obedient. He listened to the Most High.
Right.
and he lived a long life, very long life. He had a wife that he loved very much, who old with him, buried him Isaac. At that point, remember, they thought that, Sarah was barren, like she couldn't even bear a child. And they had Isaac, and they took a lot of joy in it. Like Isaac was their pride and joy. Matter of fact, the Lord loved him so much that even after Sarah passed, right? He's like, you know what, Abraham, I still don't want you to be alone. I'm going to give you another wife. Then came Keturah, right? Then he buried more children. Again, father of many nations, correct?
Right.
He was blessed. And then he died at an old age. Peacefully, though. Lived a long life. That's why, like, you hear of, like people, like our people, right? And it's, like, kind of comforting when you find out, like, yeah, such and such lived to be, like, 95 years old.
Right.
And, like, he or she passed away peacefully in their sleep.
Right.
They didn't suffer. They didn't get into a car crash. They didn't die from drugs or drug overdose. They weren't killed.
Right.
It's comforting because it's like, they lived a long life. They got to have that. Because sadly, a lot of us, we don't get to have that.
Right.
You got brothers who are dying at like 20 from a drug overdose. Matter of fact, who was it? Rich Homie. Rich Homie, he passed 34.
Yeah,
34 not old.
I'm 33.
Right? Like, you got to understand that he passed. And from what the story is, drug overdose.
Right.
And it's like, damn, man. Like, and everybody's remembering, like, I remember being in high school and middle school, and and it was like, it really dawned on me, like, man, I remember that time, like, Rich Homie was like,
yeah, he was boom.
Yeah.
I'm from there. Yeah.
And I remember, I'm like, man, like, that was a great time, and we cherish those memories. Now he gone, Thankfully, we get to remember good things about him, but 34 though, 34.
You haven't even experienced old age, gray hairs.
That's what I'm saying.
Grandchildren.
Great. That's sad. And it hits us that much more because it's like, man, they died so young.
Right.
They died at 34. They died at 21. Some don't even get to live that long. You got young boys and girls dying at like 15, 16 years old, being jumped into gangs, going into the cartel, like doing all this dumb stuff. And you're just like, man, like it bothers you. It vexes you because that, and that right there is a sense of brotherhood and sisterhood because you want your people to flourish. You want to see someone grow old, 90-something years old. Like my grandma, she was 93 years old. She passed away peacefully though.
Right.
And I'm okay with that because she got to see her children, her grandchildren, her great-grandchildren live. And she got to pass on peacefully.
Right.
You get to see her generations. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what you would want. That's what the Lord wants for you. How Abraham went out, that's how you should want to go out. And Lord allow you to come back. You know what I'm saying? Because Abraham came back. I don't know who he came back as, but he came back. That's what you would want. That's what the Lord wants for you. He don't want you dying off of drugs. He wants you getting shot in the street like a dog.
Like a dog.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could, who was it? Can you give me Revelation 11:8? Up the chart real quick. I believe it's 11:8.
Well, anyway. The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
And what is that talking about? Spiritually, Sodom and Egypt. And Sodom and Gomorrah, what was that? That was, of the community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Wicked as hell. Right. Egypt, we were in bondage. You understand? Like at that point, they didn't even want you to have sons.
Come on.
Again, just shows you again, like the lineage comes from the man, the boy. They found out you had a son, they tried to kill him.
Christ time.
You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't want that. That's what's happening to our people. We dying. For what? Killing each other.
Right.
For like, you don't want that. Getting shot dead in the street. I seen one thing. Oh, hold on. Before I go, hold on. I think I got his name. Man, I had his name. Well, I'll give it to you like this. There's a brother. Oh man, I just saved his name too. There's a brother. Nah, I gotta get his name. I can't do that. Hold on.
While looking that up, this is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. That's your problem. You leave the commandments, you leave them, and you die. And you do not understand why you die. But we're showing you right now. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. What is the light? Proverbs 6:23. The law is the light. The commandments is light. It is a lamp. Verse 3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation, which we have been doing since the beginning.
Come on.
Verse 4. O Israel, happy are we. Why? For things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us. That's all you need.
Come on.
We know what is pleasing to God. Why? Because it was written in our records. It was written in our books. You can see when we do righteous things, righteousness comes to us. Blessings comes to us. When we do wickedness, you see death and destruction comes to us. We know what is pleasing to God. They don't know. You know why they don't know? They don't even care. You know why they don't care? God didn't give them anything. God put them on earth to do what? To serve us. God put us on this earth to do what? To prosper. Do you want to prosper or not?
And if I go real quick, before we continue, I got his name now. It's a brother by the name of Marcellus Williams. This is in Missouri. So I've recently just found out about this man. So this is a black man. He's now 55 years old, and he was convicted in 1998 of the murder of Felicia Gale, a former news reporter. So pretty much the story is so they give him the death penalty, right? So the story is that he, unalived this lady, right? Well, upon further investigation, they found out that none of the evidence led to him. There is no evidence proving that he killed this woman. None. Despite that, they're sentencing him to death. And he is scheduled to die in, I think, about 4 days. Now, of course, more of our people are finding out about it. They're like, wait a minute, like, you mean to tell me there is no evidence? They ran DNA samples. His DNA was not on anything. Now this man is going to get sentenced to die. For what? I pray this brother lives. I pray they win and he does not get unalived. But you see my point, right? For what? 55 years old for a crime you didn't commit?
That's crazy.
And he gonna die? The Lord don't want that for you.
Right.
The Lord wants you to live. The Lord wants you to grow old and have grandbabies, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the Lord wants for you. And that's what you would all want. Like, imagine, like, I'm not there yet. Lord allow, I will be. Imagine being 70, 80 years old.
Right.
You see your child, your daughter, your son grow up. Now they got kids of their own. Now you get to see grandkids. Lord allow, you might get to see great grandkids.
Right.
And you just look and you're like, man. You look at your wife, or if you're a woman, you look at your husband. You're like, we did that. Look at this. Look at this beautiful family we have.
Right.
After all the trials and tribulations we done been through, look at what we were able to produce. And now your kid's better than you. Your kid's better than you, and then you come back and you're better than what you were.
That's,
you know what I'm saying?
perfection.
That's
how
Lord
perfection
wants.
works. Come on, bro.
So how Abraham, Slaki, I don't want to be too long with it, but how Abraham went out, that's what you want. That's what the Lord wants.
Right.
A peaceful way to go. Slaki.
Verse 9. And his son Isaac, and his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah in the field of Ephraim, the son of Zohar the Hittite, which is before Mamre. The field which Abraham purchased of the sons of Heth, there was Abraham buried and Sarah his wife. And it came to pass after the death of Abraham that God blessed his son Isaac. He didn't bless Ishmael. God blessed his son Isaac. And Isaac dwelt by the well Laharoy. Now, verse 12. Now, these are the generations of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's handmaid, bear unto Abraham. Book of Genesis chapter 25, verse 13 through 19 in the Hebrew. Wa'ala Shamawath Banya Yashama'al Bashamatham Natha Waladatham Bakar Yashama'al Banya Wakwadar Wa'adaba'al Wamabasham Ramashama'ai Wadabama Wanasha'a Ka'adad Wath Yama'al Yatawar Bapayash Wakwadamar Alak Bama Banyab Yashma'al Wa'ala Shamatham Baka'ah Tazar Rayaham Wabatah Yaratham Shanyam Aishar Nashayam La'amatham Wa'ala Shanya Kayaya Yashma'al Ma'ath Shana Wayashalayam Shana Wayashabai Shanyam Watagawa Wayamath Wayasap Al Anyawab Wayashakanwa Makawayala Shawar Ashar Al Panya Matazarayam Baka Ashawar Al Panya Kal Akayawa Nepal. Verse 26. Verse 19. Wa'ala Dawaladah Yatazah Ka'akwa Bun Abraham Hawalayad At Yatazah Ka'akwa. The book of Genesis chapter 25 verses 13 through 19. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael by their names according to their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nabajoth and Kedar and Adbeel and Mitsam and Mishma and Dumah and Masah, Hadar and Tamah, Jatur, Nephish and Kadamah. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names by their towns and by their castles. 12 princes according to their nations. And these are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years. And he gave up the ghost and died, and was gathered unto his people. And they dwelt from Havilah unto Shur, that is before Egypt, as thou goest toward Assyria. And he died in the presence of all his brethren. Does anybody know who the Ishmaelites are?
Oh, yeah, y'all should know this.
It's very simple.
Went over this before.
Here's that 35. Time check, it's the Arabs. This dude, he say Ishmael's gonna be a wild man. He is wild. That's why he has no problem running a plane with him in it into a building. That's wild. You can't pay me to do that. There is nothing that you can say. There has to be a direct order coming down from Commander Juliana to tell me to do some crazy stuff like that. And the only reason why I do it because I know a miracle is going to happen. That's the only way I do that. You can't catch me doing that. That's not what we do. These are the same people that'll strap a bomb to their chest and press a button. Boom. For what?
If I could look, what was the God that Allah?
Allah.
Yeah, Allah gonna tell you to blow yourself up to serve Him.
Crazy.
The Most High tells you to live.
And so
Our Lord wants you to live. Don't blow yourself up. Don't do it.
And you know what's funny thing about Allah? There's so many different Allahs. There's the Allah that wants you to blow himself up. There's the Allah who loves everybody. That's the black people Allah.
Oh yeah, Muslims.
Yeah.
So there's different Allahs. I thought Allah was one. Okay, I'll rest my case.
Clearly, is multiple Allahs out here. You got the ones who sell bean pies on the corner and wear bow ties. I never understood what a bow tie hype was about. That is an ugly piece of clothing. I don't know why you want to tie that around here. It doesn't make you look smart. And you know what? And that's how I know we're so underneath these other nations. To us, we think dressing like them makes us look more intelligent. I need to put on a bow tie and a suit to be smart. No. Where is that written at? Why do I have to dress a certain way for you to think that I'm intelligent or that I got a certain amount of money? Yeah, you're a slave. You're a slave. You're going to wear your slave master's attire to prove to the other slaves that you're better than them. That's why you wear it. You want to tell other slaves, hey, I'm a smart slave. I'm up here with him. Because in your mind, you're trying to be like him. That is your God. Instead of you wearing your priestly garments, instead of you wearing what you're supposed to wear, what we've been given to wear, instead of you going back to your heritage and understanding that we are the greatest people on earth, you're going to succumb to what they do. You're going to succumb to what they wear.
You know, it's funny, like people will laugh at us, right? This is for everybody. They'll laugh at you for wearing a garment. Wearing a garment, wearing a headpiece. They'll laugh at sisters for wearing a dress, which is crazy, right? But no one says anything if you out here dressing like the Pope. I don't even know what that big thing is.
What is that?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know what that is. Or like you a Muslim, and what is it?
I do
I
not
don't even know.
know.
Like you will fully conform to another nation's religion, heritage, whatever you want to call it, and you just think you're the smartest person out there. You think you know something. You know how many people came up to me and was like, "No, we need to go to our true religion. You need to be a Muslim." Them Arabs, the Middle Easterns had you in slavery too.
They don't even like you.
Like they look at you crazy. And the thing is, a smart slave is still a slave. It's because you think you know something. You think you know something. No, you know, there's black people that still think that we are Egyptians. We ain't no damn Egyptians. We not. No, Egyptians had our ancestors in slavery. F them. Why wouldn't be them? Like stop. Like stop. Salaki. Stop, man. It's not funny, but it's funny because we really want you to understand the perspective of it. Like. You really got to understand, like, when you want to be a Christian, I know that still might confuse some people because, like, whoa, you're reading the Bible. No. When we say Christian, we mean the typical westernized, European taught Christianity. You know, that God loves everybody. That garbage.
Right.
When you follow that, when you choose to be a Muslim, when you choose to be a Buddhist, I ain't never met a black Buddhist. I know some of y'all out there, weirdos.
Yeah.
When you choose to, I don't know, you want to worship Japanese guys, they got like 400 different guys. Right. I don't even know. When you choose to do that, you really think that you're like ahead of the curve. No, you are just giving it to another nation. That's all it is. You're not being smart.
Right.
You're a different kind of slave. Now you're a religious slave. That's all you are.
If I may, that's with a great thing in the chat. If I may, second or third class citizen in religion.
Literally.
It's literally what you are.
That's what you want.
You just say, hey, look, I'm just going to be I'm going to be a slave over here. I'm going to be a slave over here to this religion.
Yeah.
For what? You know what's so funny? They read them books, all them books. That's why the scriptures say about nothing. About nothing. None shall match his mate or one his mate. Meaning, no book is equal to this. You go read them books, man. I remember talking to this 5%er. This is when I knew. I was like, this is a nut. He thought what he was
crazy.
He really thought what he was saying was so powerful. He was like, knowledge. You know, you gotta know. And you walk to the end of the ledge. I'm like, you shut the hell up, because you finna get shot and pulled over by the police anyway. None of that matters. These guys who think they're Moors, which is just a religion, that basically they're like, we're unsovereign Americans. That's not gonna stop the police from beating your ass half to death outside the car. So I'm a Moor. I'm an unsovereign citizen. You can't. Yeah, they can. They're gonna throw you behind the jail just like the rest of us. I'm a Muslim. Hey, man, don't nobody care, man. You that one Malcolm X scene when the Muslim dude was thrown in jail and Malcolm X had all them brothers come out there in front of the jail and turn. Nigga, that didn't stop you from going to jail, buddy. That doesn't stop you. Malcolm X did all that, and guess what? Guess what he ended up? Exactly. Yeah. Let me tell y'all something. There is no other place on this earth that is for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know what I hate doing? When I'm at work, you know we call it code switching.
Oh yeah.
I hate answering the phone, and I gotta use that other voice. I don't want to have to use that other voice, because I shouldn't have to use that other voice. I should use this voice right here. I should be able to say nigga, 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 nigga. I should be able to say that all day without a problem. I should not have to think about not being able to say this word. I shouldn't have to, hey, thanks for calling, blah, 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 blah. This is blah, 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 blah. Yes, man, how do you feel? I don't even want to talk like that. I have to do it. You know why? Because I am in slavery. Don't you hate knowing that too? Don't you wish you had a place on earth where you could be like you are? Where you can say, I'll be there in a minute, and the person knows exactly what a minute is? Don't you wish you could say, hey, work start at 7, you show up at 7:20, and there's no problem? Don't you wish for a place like that? Don't you wish for a place where you can just do what you want to do, how you do it, and nobody looks at you strangely? Don't you wish you can go to a restaurant and be as loud as you want to be and laugh just like you do without having to tone it down because you're going to offend other people? Well, here's what we're building in here. We're building a place where you can do what you want to do in righteousness, of course, but you can do it. And you don't have to be like this. You don't have to go in places and act like this. You don't have to, not saying be wild and ghetto as hell, but you don't have to tone yourself down for who you really are. Because the workplace, that slavery, is not for you. I have to go to work every day and tell myself, I am not here to play with white people today. I have to tell myself that. Because I'm not here to play with white people. I'm here to get a check to bring back home and make sure everything is good in this school and in this house. That's it. In the kingdom, I ain't got to do none of that. In the kingdom, guess what? They're going to come to our workplaces. If they're going to ask me for a day off, you're not getting that day off. But you know what I am going to do, little Johnny? I ain't going to give you a day off, but I am going to give you a plaque, and I'm going to put it on the wall. You know what it's going to say? Employee of the month. That's what I'm going to get you, little Johnny. You just watch and see. Slide.
Which what?
What?
Kodash, let's see. If I may, our people love to take on agricultural customs rather than their own. We have to solve the. Oh yeah,
Right.
Come, yeah. That's all it is, right? We gotta stop doing that mess because look, we've been Muslim for like how long now? We've been Islam, which is funny because the Quran references the Bible.
This is crazy.
If your book references another book, you should probably go to that book. Like go to the source.
The God of Moses.
The Quran, like for those of y'all who don't know, the Quran literally references the Bible. So why do I want to read the Quran if it's talking about a whole nother book?
That's crazy.
I probably want to read this one.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
That's all.
What are we talking about? Where we at? I'm from do like 20, so we in at 26. A lot.
Yeah, he's welcome.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verses 20 through 26 in the Hebrew. Wayahaya, Yatazak, Aqua, Bun, Arabayam, Shana, Bakwa Atwa, At, Rabakwa, Bath, Bakwa Al, Haranya, Mapadan, Aram, Aramah, Aka Awat, Laban, Haramya, Lawa, Lasha, Wayaitar, Yatazak, Aqua, Layahawa, Lanaka, Ashatwa, Kaya, Ikora, Hawa, Waya Aitar, Lawa, Yahawa, Watahar, Rabakwa, Ashatwa, Wayat, Ratazat, Zawa, Habanyam, Bakwa Rabah, Wata Amar, Umban, Lamar, Zaha, Anakayam, Watalak, Nalarash, Af Yahawa, Waya Amar, Yahawa, Laha, Shamya, Yayayam, Gawayam, Babatanat, Washanya, Lamayam, Mama Ayat, Yaparadwa, Mala'aim, Mala'am, Ya'a Matazah, Warab, Ya'ibad, Taza Ayar, Waya Mala'a, Waya Malawa, Yamawa, Laladat, Wahana, Dawamum, Baba Tana, Waya Taza'a, Hara Ashwan, Adamanwa, Kalawa, Ka'ai Darab, Sha'irab, Waya, Kwara'a, Waya, Kwara'a, Shamawa, Aishwa, verse 26. Wa'aka, Waya, Bun, Yataza'a, Kayawa, Waya Dawa, Aka, Zaka, Ba'ai Kwa, Aishar, Waya, Kwara'a, Shamya, Shamwa, Ya Aikwab, Wayatazak Akwa, Bun, Shashayim, Shana, Baladath, Atham. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verses 20 through 26 in the English. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, and the daughter of Bethuel, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. So just to touch on a point to go back to. Remember earlier how we said the person over you is serving you? What is he praying for? Of course, yeah, he's praying for a child, but he's really praying for his wife because he knows what his wife wants. His wife wants a child. He wants a child too, but his wife really wants a child. What you think the brother over you is doing? He's praying for you. You understand that? He's praying for you. I pray for my wife. I pray for my child. I pray for the brothers underneath me. That the Lord gives them strength. That the Lord gives her strength. That the Lord gives my children strength. Guess what should be happening? Not only should the brother, and I pray for myself, of course, and I pray for the school. That's why we have these prayers. Brother over you should be like, damn, I hope this brother, I pray the Lord keep this brother here. Pray the Lord keep this brother side. Pray the Lord bless his family. I pray the Lord do this for him. Do that for him. Do this for her. I pray. You know why? I want to keep him strong. By some my shot got shot. In the name of. This is what we're saying, man. The brother over you cares about you so much. You might think he can't stand you sometimes when he's checking the hell out of you. He's checking you out of love. He's checking you out of love. So you might can get those blessings when you do pray. It's like, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. Why was the Lord entreated for him? I'll tell you why. Because he wasn't a sinner. Why do we know that? Because the prayers of a sinner does not what? Does not get heard. So clearly, if the Lord entreats for you, and here's your prayer, you must not be what? You must not be sinning. Verse 22. And the children struggled together. This is one of the most heaviest topics in the Bible. Top 5 heaviest topics if you ask me in the Bible. This is where you're getting the beginning. You ask yourself, why do white people, why they can't stand black people? Why black people, Hispanic people, Native American people, why they all got this problem with this one dude? Why does one dude unallowing us? What is going on? Why is it like they can't figure it out? You can go out here. I just saw a post. Tyreek Hill, he said he made small steps with the police in Miami. So they pulled him out of his car for no reason because he was black. Nope. And when I'm reading what's going on, and I'm hearing his coach speak about it, his coach was up there crying or whatever, but he just couldn't say what it was. He couldn't say exactly what's going on. You know why? Because of the position that they're in. Yep. Guess what? I can say what's going on. I don't care. I'm a free man. They don't hold anything over my head. Guess what, man? He got pulled out of his car. He was a nigga. Riding a nice Lamborghini down Miami. They said he was speeding. Even if he was speeding, there's no reason to pull somebody out of the car. Give him a ticket, let him go on about his business. Yep. That's it. Guess what, though? He got pulled out of the car. Why? Because an unarmed black man is the most dangerous person in America. Yep. An unarmed Hispanic man is the most dangerous person in America. Why is that? You're going to start to find these things out. This is why we're in Genesis. This is why we're in the beginning. This is how you get to understand why the world is the way it is today. Why is there a perpetual hatred against us today? In your mind, you're like, I haven't even done nothing to these people. In your mind, you still want to love these people. Why? Because there's something in you that makes you not want to treat people evilly or horribly, not want you to do wrong to people. Guess what, though? They don't have that same intimate for you, that same sentiment for you. They do not care about you. We're getting to that now. You're getting to see Isaac. You Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Esau. You're getting to see it. You're getting to look at it. You're getting a clear picture. We ain't gonna go into it too deep today, but next week's class is pretty much gonna be all of it. Yep. We're gonna harp on it. We want you to really understand what's happening today. Esau is the progenitor of the white race. Jacob / Israel is the progenitor of the Israelites. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You got to learn why you have to separate yourself from them. You got to learn why these people hate you. You got to learn why they unalive you in the middle of the street like dogs, just like in Revelation 11:8. You got to understand why your body is laying down in the middle of the street and they just cower around it and don't even put a blanket over you. They want everybody to see that you have passed away. They want everybody to see that you've been unalive. They want everybody to see what you do. They never want to show them that. It's like it.
And if I could,
yes,
quick, right? I really want y'all to really understand, like, we'll go, like you said, we'll go into more of it next week. But I'll give you this much. You can't argue about morals with immoral people. You just can't do it.
What are we talking about?
Like, you can't do it. Like you said, like, you wonder why are so-called blacks, Hispanics, natives, like, why we're so hated? Like, we really don't do nothing. Like, I can talk a little bit about it. Jacob was described as what? As a plain man. A plain man. He's chilling.
Welding in his tent.
He chilling. And like when you leave, like if white people just left us alone, what do we like to do? Go on about our business, chill. We chilling, have a little party, whatever. That's all we do. Like it's funny. I saw it was a movie. It's called The First Purge, and it was like in 2018, and it like really shows how wicked Esau really is. This is when they first started making the purge, and they wanted to experiment. They went somewhere in New York, and of course, they went to a predominantly black Hispanic community, and they wanted to make us all fight each other. You want to know what they did? They made it to crime is legal. Crime is legal. Only a few people started stealing. Do you want to know what we started doing? We had a block party.
That's what we do.
You mean to tell us you gave us the option so you can commit any crime you want and it's legal, no repercussions. What we decided to do, we want to have a block party. We about to chill. And I'm looking at it and it was just so funny to me because it's like, that's really what we would do. Like, we not pressed about anything. But what did Esau do? It showed that, I don't know his name, but it was a white man that was over. He got mad because he like, man, like they're not killing each other.
Right.
What is going on? It was like one like hinged out dude. He was killing people. But that was it. Everybody else is chilling. So you want to know what he did? They started sending other white people up in there dressed as Klansmen, dressed as gangs and stuff. And like now the other gangs, they live there, you know what I'm saying? So they kind of like, where these dudes come from? I ain't never seen them. Then they found out that the government was sending them to incite riots and start gang violence. It's like, they're not killing each other. So now we're about to make it into a scenario where they should kill each other.
Right.
But again, it showed the nature of our people. Plain. We don't want no smoke. We're just trying to mind our business. You made crime legal. You made sin legal. And we just like, nah, we won't party.
I just want to eat. It's like if I made. My grandfather lived through, he was here. He was in the 50s at the time, in South Central. I'm talking to him personally. I met him personally. It's my grandfather, a mother's father. He told me during the riot, there's a movie about the Rodney King's beating with Tyrese, I think, coming out. When Rodney King got beat, yeah, it was horrible. And yeah, they were breaking into stores and burning stores down. But you know what he really told me about? He said, every person on the block had meat. Had chicken, had ribs. Of course, they're sinners, so they had pork. Yeah. You know what we did? We cooked every day. He's like, I had so much meat. I had to go get another deep freezer because I could not fit it in my regular deep freezer. And he was like, for months, we ate off that.
So they just wanted to eat.
They just wanted to eat. This is black people. This is Hispanic people.
What they wanted to do.
Party and eat. What he's saying that was based on the movie is based off real life. He literally was like, we were partying and eating every day. Every day, this is what we do. Yes, honestly, we do that now. New food stamps come around, let me tell you, it's parties going on. You know why? We got food. All we want to do is what? Chill.
That's it.
We don't want to commit crime. We're forced into committing crime.
Exactly.
I don't want to have to unalive somebody. I'm forced into it. I don't have to sell drugs. In my mind, I'm forced into it. I'm not a free man in my mind, and there's no other way. I can't get a job. I can't work for minimum wage because when I get it, it's gone. So how do I feed my family? I gotta sell drugs. I gotta rob people. I gotta commit the crime. I don't want to get high, but I have to get high. Why? Because this life is horrible.
Right.
This life is horrible. I don't want to go to prison, but I gotta do things that can risk my life for me to go to prison. Why? Because the conditions that you put me in, the conditions that Esau put you in, forces you to do those things. Once you become a free man, you don't have to do those things because you realize I'm not forced to do nothing that I don't really want to do. Why? Because I trust in the Lord.
And if I could, real quick, before we wrap it up, right? That should show you the nature of Esau,
Right.
Because, like I said, like we'll go more into it next week. We'll just give you the kind of like a prelude to it. Jacob was described as a plain man. Esau was described as a hunter.
Right.
He's a hunter. That's really what Esau. Like you wonder like why Esau is so good at like making weapons and like Salakia, like conquering people, invading other territories, robbing people of their resources, literally like destroying rainforests and ecosystems and causing animals to go extinct. It's because that's what he's good at. He was blessed with the sword. He destroys. That's what he does. And if he can't destroy immediately, he'll find a way to destroy. Going back to like the movie I was talking about, like it really bothered Esau to see like, man, they're not killing each other.
That's crazy.
You know what? We gotta make a way for them to kill each other. Then they were satisfied. Oh, now we got all these things going on. Now they're killing each other. Now they, going into these stores and robbing people and bombing. Now they're doing it. That should show you the nature of Esau. And like you said, you need to understand that. Like when I'm saying this for anybody who's in the school that's watching, when somebody tries to challenge you, right? Because they're gonna try to challenge you. Black people make up 14 to 16% of the population in America.
Right.
And people always like to bring up the statistics of, oh, black people commit the most crimes. But like you said, why? Why? It's because of the condition that we are in. Is it that black people commit the most crimes? Or is it that impoverished people commit more crimes? Like you said, when you are a man, we in the ghetto, right? We in the ghetto, you have now a woman, you have children or children on the way. What do you got to do? It's like an instinct, like, man, I gotta do something for my family.
Right.
I gotta do something, right? You can't get a good job. Why? Because you got a criminal record. You didn't have a proper father figure or a figure to really give you guidance on life. You didn't want to go to school like that. You didn't want to pay attention in class.
Right.
You wanted to get involved in drugs and stuff because that's what you were introduced to.
Right.
So now you gotta make money fast. You ain't got time to go to college.
Come on.
You don't got time to go to a university and earn a degree. You don't got the grades for it. You don't got the resources for it. You can't get financial aid.
You can't.
But you need to feed your family. So what are you gonna do? Quick money. Quick money means what? Selling drugs. That means robbing people. That means doing illegal things because that's fast money. And you know it's wrong, but it's the need to survive. You need to survive. A lot of sisters, look, they don't want to go into prostitution.
Right.
But it's like, man, I got this baby on the way. And like, you might have messed with a dude who, excuse my language, ain't shit.
Right.
Or sadly, he might have passed because he got involved in something that he shouldn't have gotten involved in. Now you're a single baby mama. And now you come with baggage. A lot of men, they might not want to mess with you now because you already got a kid. But you got to feed this child. Same thing. You come from a impoverished environment. You want to give them the proper education. You didn't graduate high school. You know what I'm saying? So quick money, though. You might be a pretty woman. Now you got to sell your body. You don't want to do it. Now, to make it even worse, you sell your body. Now you're taking drugs.
Right.
Because you can't cope with the fact that you're selling your body or you're an alcoholic. So now you're on drugs. You're an alcoholic and you're selling your body. You think you're doing the right thing by raising your child. Your child sees that. My mama on drugs. And my dad not right. Now you just all messy. You see how it starts? But that's what Esau breeds. They don't ever want to bring that up, though. They don't want to ever bring up, well, how you got all them drugs in the community. I'm telling you right now, look, how is it that black people in America, right, we're supposedly having the, how to explain it? We have the lowest income rate, but yet we got all these drugs in the community. How?
You can't buy them. You can't make them.
How you getting the drugs? Because they were put in the community. How you getting guns? Guns are expensive. Ammunition is expensive. How are you getting them? Matter of fact, don't you need a license to buy a gun? How are you getting them? Because they're put in there. You understand? But that's because Esau loves to paint the victim as the enemy. Now everybody hates black people. Oh, it's all your fault. And then they're like, how is it our fault? Y'all enslaved us. Y'all got us hating each other. A black person will hate another black person because you from Grenada or something. You speak a little different. You was enslaved too.
Crazy.
But you gonna hate your brothers and your sisters that were enslaved in a different area. They down the block, they got enslaved too. You'll hate them, but you don't hate the very people that put you in that environment in the first place. Come on, man.
What we talking about?
But we'll get more into that next week, right? But that's what you need to understand. So when people, and trust me, there's gonna be plenty of people, heathens out there who are gonna question, like, oh, black people do this, or Hispanics do this, da da da. Man, Hispanics, they trying to live too.
Right.
Let me tell you something. I get my tires changed. I go to this one Mexican spot. They do it for cheap, and they do it good. You know what I'm saying? But it's a car. They just work.
Right.
They just work. They understand. Again, you gotta make it right.
They
don't got time for all that other nonsense. They gonna survive. And when I tip them in, guess what they do? They break bread with their brothers.
Yep.
It's brotherhood. You understand? But you gotta understand why we are in the condition that we're in, and understand the nature. That's really what we're trying to get on, the nature. You wonder why do white people, they just can't leave us alone? Why are they so obsessed with us? Because Esau is obsessed with torturing Jacob. It's spiritual. Why don't black people fight back like that? Jacob a plain man. I'm not saying we ain't warriors. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like it's not in us to want to like kill all these other people.
Right.
We just trying to chill. But we're always being bothered. But we'll get more into that next week.
If I may, the sister asks, are we in Jacob's trouble? We've always been in Jacob's trouble.
Yeah.
We since Egypt. Since in Egypt, leaving out of Egypt, coming to taking over our own land, soon as Babylon came into, we've been in Jacob's trouble. We've always been in Jacob's trouble. Because we've always been under captivity. That's trouble. Captivity is trouble. Captivity is slavery. Slavery is trouble. Things you go through, hating one another. That's trouble. Romans tearing down our place. Trouble. Slavery, captivity. We've always been in Jacob's trouble. We never, especially since Christ died.
Oh, yeah.
Since Christ died, yeah. You've been in Jacob's trouble. You've been in it. You was born in it. From the get-go. You got no choice but to be in this trouble. Your job is to not worry about it if we're in Jacob's trouble. I'm not talking to you personally. Your job is to get us out of Jacob's trouble.
Right.
Our job is to get the kingdom of heaven. That's what we do here. You want to make it to the kingdom of heaven? Yeah, listen to us. You know why? Because we listen to the men above us. Who listen to the men above them? Who listen to the men above them? Who listen to Commander Juliana? Who gets his orders directly from his Bible, which is Christ. Thank you. Go out. What's that? Where I'm at? 22. I don't want to break down this. I really want to break it down next week.
We can recap next week.
Okay, yeah. Verse 22. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
That's it. Like I said, we're now getting into Esau and Jacob. We'll do a little bit of a recap next week because right there's quite a bit to break down right there. But for time's sake, we'll save that for next Saturday. The water for everybody that tuned in. We're going to begin to close the class. Prayers, you got anything?
No.
That being said, I'm Nigel. Just meet the brother up here. Sorry, it's me.
Layashala, which means two or for Israel.
Sorry, it's me. Sorry. Sorry, it's me. Man of Israel, gird up thy loins, prepare to salute the Torah. It's so I should I'll do it. So it's Yah B'Hashem Yah Shabrak Yah.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, yeah.
Majum Hapayan Hakodam, which means to rise and face the east. We'll be doing the prayers in the English, and then in the Hebrew, and then in the English. The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanau, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Ayah, Shakah, Yahweh, Alawaka, Abaa, Batazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Babatazah, Hawa, Ayah, Bashaman, the thunder now, the come, call, you want, what's a lot now, Kawaf now, that's a lot now, Kawaf now, Wala'a, Abiyah, the one, but the side one, Abao, Abishai now, Ayah, Right, Kayah, Ka, Kamalakwa, Ba'al, Batapara, I will love you, Ahmad.
Now in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our debts. Forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen. Hakak, the power. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Barakashah, Shadamlana, Hakak, Kamak Allah, Kalamalawa, Hakak, Katahar, Hamas is right, Hakak, Katoya, Hakak, Awak, Watama Allah, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, the water, Aman. Now in the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh, please give us the power. Power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. Power to cleanse the leper. Power to raise the dead. Power against unclean spirits. Cast them out. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it. Bless Israel, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Baraklanah, Wayashala, Waha, Ayat, Safari, Barak, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Water, Aman. What we just said was, Lord, in the name of Yahweh, bless us and Israel and the school. In the name of Yahweh, thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Ash'ah, Ayanya, Ahaya, Ayan, Yabah, Zoya, Ain, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayah, Baratazah, Ayatan, Mawat, Bazlata, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Anah, Na'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Aishan, Shawamar, Yash'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazarka, Abiyad, Yakan, Yawam, Mashamash, Na'ah, Yakaka, Wayarach, Layalam, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Bakal, right. Yashimar, Pasha, Howell, Yashimar, Tazal, I will love. Now in the English, I will lift up my eyes to the hills. I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence comes my help? From whence comes my help? My help comes from the Lord. Which made heaven and earth. Even ourselves not put to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel will not stumble nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy
The
soul.
Lord shall preserve thy
The
going
Lord shall
out
preserve thy going out
and thy coming
and
in.
thy coming in.
This time
For
forth.
this time forth
And
and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Adam Yalaka. Altaka Arash. Wa Alta Shakwat. All. Hayahana. Awayabya. Yahamayawan. Ra'ash. Al-Ain. Yawayamu. Sawada. Wa'ata. Yatasawa. Atasawani. Omar. Lakwa. Walakaki. Wakaya. Wala. Yazakar. From Yashal. Awada. Kaya. Yatasawa. Laba. Nakami. Alika. Waya. Yakabatwa. Mahoya. Alwam. Wa. Yashima. Ayam. Malaba. Gabal. Wabawan. Wabalak. Alashak. Adiyashak. Tazawar. Mashawar. Nanawa. Amma. Ayawa. Zarawa. Bunya. Nawat. Salas. Asha. Laham. Kamadi. Kasaya. Sarah. Yamila. Yakar. Yashua. Nashamawa. Bayan. Dara. Ayawa. Daman. Nadama. Shatam. Nada. Yakawa. Kaira. Kazam. Kazabak. Kazamana. Carl, Yakuma, Ashar, Amor, Larashah, Lalawa, Af, Nawa, Alaham, Alahayam, Shatam, Garla, Quash, Napoleon, Ash, Abaiba, Yaiba, Wa, Alaba, Alahat, Arium, Khan, Dama, Asarika, Bamsa, Wapaka, Namalam, Malad, Ayam, Malawan, Bayam, Quashu, Shukam, Yahaw, Bashu, Bayam, Mahal, Ayai, Bayam, Sapar, Bayam, Ababa, Waya, Yawa, Kaya, Yata, Shunka, Yahawa, Wabaka, Alwan, Al-Ratazah.
Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still,
O God.
For
lo,
lo,
thine
thine enemies
make a tumult.
make a tumult,
And
they that hate thee, and lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty
They have
counsel
taken crafty counsel
against thy
against thy people,
and consulted
against thy hidden
They have
ones.
said,
They have said,
Come,
let's cut them off
from being a
from
nation.
being a nation.
And in
The
the
name of Israel,
no more
maybe
remembrance.
no one remembers.
So they have consulted
So they
together.
have consulted together
With one
with
consent.
one consent.
They have
They are
confederate
confederate against thee.
tabernacle
The tabernacle of Edom,
and Ishmael
and Israelites,
Moab,
Agarim,
Baal,
Baal,
and
and
Ammon,
Ammon, and Amalek,
Philistines,
Philistines,
the
the
inhabitants of Tyre.
inhabitants of tabernacle.
So also joined with them.
Also joined
They
with
have
them.
hope in the church.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah. Do unto them.
Do unto them
As to the
as to the Midianites, as to Sisera,
as to the
as to Jabin,
the brook
as the brook of the sun,
which perished at the
which
door.
perished and endured. Never came as dung for the earth.
Make the nobles like a
Make the
red.
nobles like a red,
Like Zee.
like Zaid.
Yea, all the princes.
All the princes
As Zabak.
as Zabak,
And as
and as
Amunia.
Amunia.
Who said,
Who said,
let's take to
let's
ourselves
take to
the
ourselves
house of
the
God
house of God
in possession.
in possession.
Oh my God.
Make
Make them
them
like a
like
wheel.
a wheel.
As the
As the stubble before the wind,
fire
as the fire burned the wood,
flames at the
and
mountains
as
on
the
fire.
flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute
So
them
persecute them
with thy tempest.
with thy tempest.
Make them afraid
Make them afraid
with thy
with
storm.
thy storm.
Fill the faces with
Fill
shame.
their faces with shame,
They can seek thy
that they may seek thy name.
O Lord,
Lord.
let them be
Let
confounded.
them be confounded
In trouble
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to
let
shame.
them be put to shame
And
and
perish.
perish.
That men may
That
know
men may know
that thou,
that
whose name
alone, Selachia,
you good,
whose name
alone
is
is Yahweh,
Yahweh,
of the Most
of
High,
the Most High,
all the earth.
over all the earth. This is the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai?
Shai,
Why Ma'aka'ala? Alahayim. Mataz Ya'ah. Alawak Yahweh. Alawak. Asawanya. Aswat Asawanya. Asawanya. Akwat. Yahweh. Hashem. Yahweh. Wada. Amud.
Now in the English. Bless you,
Bless you, Yahweh.
and Yahweh Shai,
And Yahweh Shai.
and Mike,
And Mike.
and the
And the
angels, commanding Jeremy,
Commander Junior Hunter.
general,
The general.
captain,
The captain.
officers,
The troop.
and the sisters,
And the sister.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
and Yahweh
So
Shai.
name Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be.
So big.
That, class dismissed.